The sky was barely a whisper of blue over the eastern plains. Jett Blackwood adjusted his hat, the air still holding on to the night's chill. He breathed out, a plume of white mist disappearing into the vastness around him. Sunrise on the Blackwood Ranch was always a symphony of activity. But today, a different tune played, a tune of unease. He moved towards the corral, the rhythmic clang of hammer against metal a counterpoint to the low moo of cattle. His brother Luke was already there, a silhouette against the growing light, his movements sharp and precise as he checked the horse's shoes. They hadn't spoken much these past few days, not since Luke had come back. Too much unspoken history hung between them, heavy as the Colt peacemaker on Jett's hip.
They'll be here by nightfall.
Jett joined him, the sound of his own boots on the packed earth the only greeting.
Let 'em come.
2 words laden with years of resentment and a shared unspoken fear. The Blackwood Ranch, their legacy, was about to be tested. The sun climbed higher, painting the vast Montana sky with streaks of orange and gold. Jett stood on the porch, coffee mug warming his hands, scanning the horizon. His eyes, weathered and sharp as a hawk's, caught a flicker of movement on the crest of the North Ridge. A rider. He didn't need a closer look to know who it was.
He's early.
Luke appeared beside him, following his gaze. The rider held his position for a moment, a black silhouette against the sun, then spurred his horse forward, descending towards the ranch. Every beat of the horse's hooves on the dry earth seemed to echo the approaching storm. The rider stopped a distance away, dismounting with a fluid grace that belied his size. He was a mountain of a man, his face hidden under a wide-brimmed hat.
That's Jericho. He's here to size us up.
Jett nodded, his hand instinctively resting on the butt of his revolver. Fear was a luxury they couldn't afford. Not today. Jericho approached slowly, his boots kicking up dust devils in his wake. He stopped a few yards away, his eyes cold and hard as flint, scanning the ranch house, the corral, finally settling on the 2 brothers.
Jett, Luke.
His voice was deep, gravelly, a voice accustomed to command.
Jericho.
Jett returned the greeting, his tone neutral, his stance wary but unwavering. There was a time when they'd ridden together, shared campfires and stories. Now, a chasm of betrayal and bitterness stretched between them, wider than the Montana plains.
Heard you were making a stand for this dust bowl you call a ranch. Figured I'd offer you boys a chance to walk away. Save yourselves the trouble.
Luke stepped forward, his hand hovering near his holster.
This land belonged to our father, and his father before him. We ain't walking away from anything.
Jett placed a hand on Luke's shoulder, a silent plea for calm.
We'll settle this the old way, Jericho. Sunset, be there or be forgotten.
Jericho chuckled, a chilling sound.
Always did like a good fight. See you boys at sunset.
He turned, mounting his horse in one smooth motion. As he rode away, Jett felt a weight settle in his gut, heavier than any storm cloud.